it's also important to just remind everybody too that, I mean, Tucker already did a stint at CNN. He did a stint at MSNBC. Now his stint is over at Fox. So it's not like he could even fall back and be like, hey, CNN, you're looking for a new direction. You've got no ratings at all. How about me? Like, this guy has bounced around a lot until he found that niche at Fox News. So I guess the question after all of that is, why did he fit in so well at Fox when he couldn't hack it at all? Really in the grand scheme of things at these other networks, what finally clicked that made him so popular and so dangerous there?
Well, I think Fox News just gave him complete free reign to do whatever he wanted. There were no restraints put on him at all, and so he was free to push the great replacement theory, right? And despite calls from the ADL to fire him over it, that wouldn't fly at CNN or MSNBC. And I think that those types of racist conspiracy theories draw eyeballs. I mean, it just does. And when you have Tucker Carlson sitting there, you have an audience that's been primed to only trust him and Fox News for decades, and saying all these things like Cory Booker's going to come and destroy the suburbs, or UFOs are real, stuff like that. They're not seeing that anywhere else. And so you start thinking, like, if I don't tune into Tucker Carlson tonight, like, I might die. I mean, legitimately, like, that's what he is telling these people, that like, I'm the only one telling you that the vaccines are killing people. So, if you don't watch me, you're gonna die. And so I think that the viewership, along with the time slot and the free reign that Fox News gave him. I mean, he came in right after Roger Ailes left. There was a total power vacuum there. And he took complete advantage of that. And you've heard, I heard Brian Kilmeade say a few times in the past few days that all these shows are sort of on their own island. And it wasn't like that before Ailes. And they just had free reign. They could do whatever they wanted. And so I think all of that mix is sort of what led to his success there.
Interesting. I want to mix it up and ask you one final question.
Sure.
As a person who identifies as being part of the left, it's been a rough period going back. Always in America, basically. There were some wins in the last century, but there's a lot of bad news and Biden's running again. It's very easy to get sort of down. But I saw a Twitter thread that you started recently stating that not only is the left winning, but absolutely destroying the right in a number of different areas. I found it to be inspiring. You want to make your case for why you think people shouldn't be as down and depressed as maybe they are?
Yeah, I think that there are definitely a lot of people suffering right now, and because of the right wing, and there are battles that we are definitely losing. But I think that between the midterms, between Tucker, between the public polling that we're seeing on trans issues and wokeness, how that isn't the public is not supporting the right's messaging on that type of stuff. I think more than anything that there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of reason for hope right now. And especially, this whole Tucker thing. And look, I know that I'm in the forest, watching this stuff all day, every day. But the right wing has lost not only their chief propagandist, but their strategist as well. I mean, all of this stuff was revolving around Tucker. And I think if you've thought to yourself over the last couple of years that things seem like they're accelerating and things are getting worse at a quicker pace, I think you can attribute a lot of that to Fox News and Tucker Carlson in particular, and the way that he was mainstreaming these white supremacist conspiracy theories and ideas, the anti-trans panic, the CRT stuff, all of that. Like, you can trace that to Tucker Carlson, and it's a huge win. It's a huge win. And the Twitter thread, I'm not trying to say that all things are rosy and everything is great and we are living in a socialist utopia at this point and Medicare for all is on the horizon or anything like that. But I saw Nicole Wallace do an entire segment about court expansion a couple days ago, and it just blew my mind. So I think that and young people are on our side. I just think there's a lot of reason for hope and optimism right now. And it's a long fight and it's not happening overnight, and we have to keep chipping away. But I don't know, I'm encouraged.
Okay, I love it. I love ending on a note of optimism. I want to thank you for your work, obviously, for joining us, but also for the work that you do at Media Matters. I've relied on Media Matters for many, many years. Appreciate the oversight that you've done on not just Tucker Carlson, but a number of different toxic figures across the last couple of decades. So thank you for that, and appreciate you joining us.
That's really nice of you to say. It means a lot. And no, thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Where can people follow your work, by the way?
Just MediaMatters.org is we watch Fox News, so you don't have to. And you can find me on Twitter. Just search for Andrew Lawrence, and I got the baby picture.
Nice.
Is the easiest way to find me. So
thank you. I thought for many years that you were actually a baby. I'm shocked to find out you're a full-grown man. Anyway, thank you for being here. Have a good
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.